everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I apologize for the echoiness or like the weird volume, but I'm in my like living room, kitchen, like my main area of my apartment. So it has like vaulted ceilings, as you can probably see. It's a pretty big area. But this is just where I'm like temporarily working, and I have my makeshift desk set up until I get move things into like my new office area. So I apologize. But today I wanted to talk about all of the products that I used up during the month of March, and I actually have a few declutter items I want to talk about as well. So let's just get right into it and start with makeup. So first off, I finished this little Gimmie brow. It's just like a super tiny one. I mean, I think this is the regular size of the like brush. I really like how the brush is this tiny. I got this as like a gift with purchase for something. I definitely, or maybe it was like in a Sephora play, I'm not positive, but the shade's 4.5, if you can see that. And I'm like maybe a 3 max. Like my brows are pretty light, as you can probably tell. So this was a little dark for me, but I made it work. But yeah, it's like dried up, it's toast, so now I'm using a different one. The value of this little mini was $7.20. And then next I used up this Lancôme Monsieur Big mascara. I wouldn't necessarily say I used it up, but I've had it for a while. It's like flaking. Oh my gosh, you can tell it's kind of old.
I better clean that up. So it's literally flaking. Oh my gosh, I can't open this. This is nasty.
I wouldn't necessarily say that I used this up per se, but I've had it like for a few months now, so it's like kind of getting older, and I don't like to keep mascaras around for too long, just like I have pretty sensitive eyes. So I used this up, or I didn't use it up. I guess I was done with it during the month of March. The value of this was $4.55. This, like it still feels a little heavy, so this is why I would never like spend the full price on like a high-end mascara, because the chance of you getting every last drop out of it before it like dries up and like you've had it for like a long time and shouldn't be using it anymore anyway is just like super low, and you can get good drugstore mascaras. So I don't know, I don't think that's a good idea. So once I finished the Lancôme, or like was done using the Lancôme mascara, I had this ColourPop volumizing mascara that I ordered like with a ColourPop order. I was pretty impressed by this at the beginning because of like the weight. As soon as I took it out of the package, like the weight is like fairly heavy for a drugstore mascara, I guess. And let me open it. I just got like the black. I think this comes in a lot of colors. The wand is like a standard like Too Faced Better Than Sex like hourglass shaped wand. So I was like, okay, you know, looks like mascaras I like or whatever. But I put this on, like the first couple times I used it, it smudged so bad, like on my lower lash line. Like by the end of the day, I just like had black rings. Like I literally had raccoon eyes. It just flaked or like transferred to my, I don't even put mascara on my lower lashes, as you may be able to tell. So it literally transferred from my top lashes like to the bottom, like underneath my lower lash line. And at first I was like, is it because of like my setting spray? Like I had no idea what was going on, like why it was acting like this, I guess. But and then I also experienced when I was going to take it off, like with my makeup remover, like my cleansing balm, it was just like stinging my eyes so bad, and it was so hard to get off. Like I would take it off, and then the next morning I'd have a ton of residue, and then even if I like didn't wear any makeup that day, and say I woke up like the next morning, I would still have more residue under my eyes. Like it was just insane, the amount of like how hard it was to get off, I guess. So I was like trying to give it some time, like, oh, maybe it'll kind of like work itself out. Like if it dries out a little bit, maybe it won't like do the like smudgy, like maybe it won't like be transferring to the under, like flaking and like smearing. I don't know, it was just like the weirdest thing. I've never experienced that before. it never did fix itself. So I am decluttering it basically because I just had to buy a new mascara. I could not deal with this anymore. So I'm not counting this as an empty because I did not even get close to finishing it. I used it for maybe 3 weeks, but it is in this bin because I can't stand it. And then this I finished in my project pan. So this is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I do like this product. However, I do not like the price. I don't know why this is like fraying so bad, but I do plan to reuse this bottle. So I'm going to keep the bottle and put a cheaper alternative product in it. But this full size is $48. And I'm pretty sure I paid full price for this, just like on a whim. I was like, I have to have it. It took me so long to finish just because I was like, it cost me so much money. I just don't want to go through it like in an instant. But so it took me a really long time to finish. And then at the end, it was just kind of like sitting around. And I had like this much in it. So I put it in my project pan and just used it up. I'm really happy to be done with this. But I do think that I'll maybe buy like the Pixie Milky Mist or something and just put it in this bottle and it'll feel like Tatcha. So that's kind of my thought. And then before I get into like the other things I finished, I want to talk about some makeup that I'm decluttering just really, really quickly. So I went through my collection and just like pulled out some things because I knew that like some of the stuff I wasn't feeling anymore, and I was like, okay, I just have to get rid of it. Like, what am I waiting for? So the first thing was this RMS Beauty Eye Polish in Solar. This isn't that old, but it's just like getting pretty dry, and I'm not reaching for it, so it's only going to get more dry if I'm not like actively trying to use it up. But I just thought this would be a better color. It's kind of like just so gold. I don't know. It's like almost copper. Here it is right there. I feel like it looks better on this camera, but like, I don't know. I don't love it on me. I would love like this gold like I'm wearing on my eyes right here. If you can see that, it's like a light gold. This is almost like a dark gold copper, and I'm not really into that. So I'm decluttering this. I'll, like ask my friends and family, like, does anybody want it? It is pretty dried up though, so if nobody does want it, I don't blame them. And then I'm also decluttering this Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight. I actually decluttered these like quite a while ago. I just like never did anything with them. They're just like sitting, waiting for them to have a new home. These are like the ones, that like comes in the dropper. Like it's super, like it's so shiny. It's so shiny. I used to love these. Like I'd mix these into my foundation every day. And then when I took a new position a few months ago, the lighting in their bathroom, like in my new area, is bomb. It's so good. So like when I was still using this, I would look in the mirror in their bathroom with the like good lighting, and I was like, I have sparkles all over my face. What? And obviously it was because of this, because I was mixing it with my foundation. I wasn't mixing it a ton by any means, but you could definitely tell like that I had sparkle on my face, because like this is so like shiny. Like this is like barely any, and like look at it. It's just so reflective. So like, yeah, obviously I had sparkles all over my face, but literally it took me that long to realize it. I probably used it for like a year before I noticed that. So after that I was like, and it's like I don't really like it as like just a standalone highlighter, because it's just so intense. So that had to go. I had in here my Dazzy X Katie Fuego highlight. Once I realized this was in here, I don't know if I want to really declutter it anymore. Now I'm conflicted. I did swatch it. It is swatched right here. It is like semi too dark for me. Like it's just like right on the edge of almost being too dark for me. So I think I might keep it around until like I get a tan and then test it out again. I know I've been on the fence with this for years, but when I saw it in my bag to declutter, I was like, I just don't know if I can get rid of that. So I'm going to keep it in. It's not very like used by any means, as you can probably tell, but I feel like I need to keep it. So this isn't really a declutter, but I did have it in here, but I think I'm going to keep it. A highlight I am for sure decluttering is the Wet n Wild I'm So Lit highlighter. This is a loose highlighter, as you can see. I don't know why the hell I bought this. I know originally I was like, oh, I can like use it as like a body highlight and things like that. I can use regular highlights as body highlights. There's just so much product in here, and this is like so intense. I'm not an intense highlighter person anymore. Like, I'm just not. So this is like, it's getting decluttered. Okay, then lip products. I talked about this in my project pan. This is the Buxom Bellini lip gloss. This I'm decluttering just because I don't feel like this pinky color just like goes well with me anymore. It just like kind of makes me look like washed out and just weird. But yeah, I was clearly working on this in my project pan, but it has to go. I'm decluttering my Bite lip pencil in the shade Glacé. This is like fairly full, but this is like the same exact color as Bite Chai. Like I swatch them next to each other and they're like literally the same color, and so I'm like, I don't like, Bite Chai is my favorite, so why am I wasting my time with this one when they're the exact same color? It's falling down, okay. And then lastly, for makeup decluttering, I'm decluttering this Bite Salted Caramel Lip Gloss. I haven't had this long, and I talked about this in my beauty inventory, but this is like such a pretty color, but it smells like dirt. It's definitely gone off. Like, these aren't supposed to smell like this. Here's the swatch of it right here. Like, it's such a pretty color, but I know these are supposed to smell like vanilla and like sweet, and it smells like dirt. Like, I feel like if I stir it a little bit, get it like really mixed up, I feel like I almost get that vanilla scent, but literally it just smells like straight dirt. So I'm really upset about this. I bought it on sale for $5, like when they were like getting out of Sephora because Bite's like reformulating everything. I hope they reformulate this and come back out with this, and I'll just buy it right away at full price because I wish I had this originally just because it is so pretty, but it smells like dirt. I can't use an expired lip product. Like, there's no way. Okay, so moving on to the rest of my empties for skincare. Let me pull up the spreadsheet with my prices. Okay, first I finished the Drunk Elephant Umbra tint. This is the tinted one. I think the other one has a blue cap. This is a pretty big bottle. It's 2 fluid ounces. I don't know about pretty big, but whatever. It's 2 fluid ounces. The value is $36. So I don't know. I liked this, but now that I've used a couple other sunscreens since using this, I don't know that I would repurchase this just because, I don't know, I'm just not positive on it. It kind of, not that it pilled, but I feel like if you didn't use the correct amount, like if you used too little, it would pill. I don't know, it was just super weird. So I'm glad to be done with this. I tried to squeeze every last drop out, as you can see, but I don't know that I would repurchase it. Then I also finished up this Good Genes sample. Right here, I just valued this at $1. I do have a bottle of Good Genes I'm trying to finish up in my skincare project pan, which is a little bit older. And when I used this sample, you could tell this is so much fresher than like the current bottle I have. Like, this was like working like it's supposed to. Not that mine currently doesn't work, but like you can tell like this was like tingly, you know, like it's doing its job on your skin, whereas mine, like, it really doesn't, like, you can't feel it as much anymore. So that was just like a little extra motivator to help me get through my Good Genes because I know that it's getting older and it's not working as effectively as it should be. Then I also did finish up this little moisturizer. This is the CeraVe moisturizing lotion. This came with the face wash I used. It's just like a little free sample. This is only 1 fluid ounces, but this took me like 70 uses to go through, just this little bottle alone. So imagine like the full size bottle, which I do now have, as you've probably seen from my inventory. But yeah, this is just absolutely insane. This really did shock me. But I do like this moisturizer, so I bought the full size. And then I used up just this morning this SuperGoop Unseen Sunscreen sample. I just valued this at $1 too, just because it was a little sample size. This is like really, really nice. The texture of this is almost like a silicone primer type texture. Like it's smoothing kind of feeling. I don't know. I really, really did enjoy it, and I would be interested in purchasing this. Right now I'm using a drugstore sunscreen, but I don't know. I would be interested in this. I'd have to check out the price because I know SuperGoop has a couple different types of sunscreen, and I never know what is what. So yeah, I definitely have to look into this because I was fairly impressed when I used it this morning. And then this is kind of just like an off topic. I didn't count this like money towards my empties, but I did finish up this deodorant. This is the Kopari coconut oil deodorant. I don't use anything from Kopari. Like, I know they came out with like that like coconut oil that was like super controversial. Like that's how they started their brand. But I do use this deodorant because I don't know if like someone recommended it, maybe Jamie Page, I'm just not positive, but this is like the first natural deodorant that like really, really worked for me. So this was my second jar container of this, and I have another one open right now, but I recently bought the Native deodorant, just like a little sample one for my purse, as you've probably seen from my what's in my bag video, but I really like that as well. So I don't know if maybe I'll like alternate between the two, because I feel like this one, once I get through it farther and farther, it just becomes less effective, and I don't know if that's just because like it's not working as well with my skin anymore or what the case is really, but I think maybe that's gonna be my plan because I do like the Native one and I really like the smell of it too. Okay, my last official beauty empty. This is the only hair care product I've finished so far this year. I'm pretty positive. Thank goodness I finally finished one. This is the Not Your Mother's Beach Babe Texturizing Sea Salt Spray. I've had this for at least 4 years. I don't know. You know how some companies you can like easily tell when it was manufactured. This one, I don't know. It just says, it starts with a 6. I don't know if that means 2016 or not, but I guarantee you I've had this for at least 4 years. I like this, but I might like other texturizing sprays better. I'm not repurchasing this because I have plenty of texture spray right now. But this like started leaking at the top. I don't know. I'm not convinced at the current time to repurchase this just because it took me so long to go through, and because I don't have as long of hair anymore, it doesn't do the same thing for me. So let me do a little total here. So this month I used up 10 items. Love it. My goal is to finish up 135 products this year. That's really just because I finished up 135 products last year, and so I was hoping I could hit the goal again. But for money wise, I finished up, or like the monetary value was $137.30. So that brought my total empties money for the year to $344.53. My purchases at the current time, I'm finally over the hump. I'm trying to make sure that my empties are more than my purchases this year. Currently, my purchases money is at $340.59. So I'm $4 ahead in my empties. Love it. Trying to keep it that way. I'm actually going to do a video though about everything I purchased this month. I think that would be interesting just because I am buying things. Some months I thought like I wasn't going to be buying much this year, which not trying to, but I think since I am buying things, it would be interesting to share what I am buying and bringing into my collection. Since so you don't have to wait till an empties video to see it, I guess. So I am going to be doing that maybe in a week or two, just because I'm waiting for a few more things to actually get to my house that I have ordered. So I believe that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for joining me on this video here today. I hope you have a great rest of your day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.